China's bold plan to bring Mars samples to Earth by 2031, China is poised to outpace NASA and the European Space Agency, ESA, in the race to bring Mars samples back to Earth. According to a report by Live Science, China's space agency aims to return rock and sediment samples from Mars by 2031 through the ambitious Tianwen-3 mission. A recent article in the National Science Review outlines plans developed by researchers from the Deep Space Exploration Laboratory and other institutes. The mission, consisting of 2 spacecraft, is set for launch in 2028, according to Jizhong Liu, chief designer of Tianwen-3. Tianwen-3 will include a lander, a Mars ascent vehicle, an orbiter, and an Earth return module. It may also deploy a helicopter and a 6-legged robot to collect samples far from the landing site. Zengqian Hou, a scientist at the Deep Space Exploration Laboratory of the Chinese Academy of Geological Sciences, revealed that 86 potential landing sites are under consideration, primarily in Chryse Planitia and Utopia Planitia. These regions are of particular interest due to their relatively smooth terrain and potential to contain ancient Martian sediments that could hold traces of past life. The mission's main goal is to search for signs of ancient life on Mars. The selection criteria prioritize landing zones with accessible terrain and geological materials that might preserve evidence of Martian life, said Hou and his colleagues. The 2028 launch will position Tianwen-3 for a return to Earth in 2031. The journey between Earth and Mars typically takes 7 to 11 months, depending on the planet's alignment. Once back, the samples will undergo extensive analysis using tools like mass spectrometers to determine their elemental composition and isotopic analysis to uncover potential evidence of ancient life forms. If successful, Tianwen-3 will deliver Mars samples almost a decade ahead of NASA and ESA's Mars Sample Return (MSR) mission. NASA recently announced that the MSR mission, in collaboration with ESA, has been delayed until the 2030s. The MSR lander is now expected to launch in 2035, with samples unlikely to return before 2040. China's expertise in sample return missions is already well established. Its Chang'e 5 mission recently brought the first-ever samples from the Moon's far side to Earth. Preliminary analysis of those samples revealed evidence of volcanic activity on the Moon's far side, suggesting eruptions occurred as recently as 2.8 billion years ago. By potentially bringing Mars samples to Earth years ahead of its competitors, China is reinforcing its status as a leader in space exploration and deepening humanity's understanding of the Red Planet.